Okay, here we go. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. This is Amy. If you're new, welcome to the hit show. I guess it's a hit show only to me, but who cares, right? It's my show. It's mine. My glasses, I haven't put them on yet, but see my eyeballs. It's a little bit dirty. Anywho, today's video is brought to you by uh coffee. This is not sponsored. This is the coffee is this? I just bought it yesterday. It's one I get a lot. It's the Shoots. It's a green box. Man, my brain is it's not up yet. And it's afternoon now. It is the oh, for Pete's sake. Let me go get the box. This is ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Well, this is ridiculous. It is Dark Magic by Green Mountain. Okay, I do like the Green Mountain and I do like the Dark Magic Dark Roast. Yeah, I threw the box away because I have a little basket I dump my pods in, so I filled up my basket. I did have my black rifle and I was running out, so I'd get some more. I got some snacks. I got my coffee and oops. And here we are for a June TBR and also a small book haul because I kept putting this book haul off for a while now. I think I got this in could have been the end of March, maybe the beginning of April. I don't know. It's 4 books. I got at Goodwill, and one of them was on my May TBR, which I haven't got to. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 I haven't got to, but we'll see how that goes. That's 3 of them are library books, so I want to get through them. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. That's not. We are here. Here's a little extra fluff today. I didn't really comb it. I'm going to go in and get a trim, I think, soon. Right in here. You don't care about that. That's never leave it alone, Aim. Reading update. I finished the Dead in the Water by John Morris. Loved it. I'm not sure. I haven't rated it yet because I'm not sure if I want to oh, my t-shirt. Mamacita. Mamacita. Need the margarita. I love this t-shirt. Um I finished Dead in the Water by John Morris. Loved it. I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it. It's between a 4 and a 5. I don't know that it's going to be a 5 just because some of it was a little slow for me, but that's not on John, that's on me, Amy. And I really liked it. So far I'm 2 for 2 with John Mars. Like I read the first one was You Killed Me First. That was my first John Mars and I absolutely loved it. I think I gave that a 5-star. This one I loved it. I don't know if I loved it as much as You Killed Me First, but I did like the twists and turns that came around the bins. And then so now I'm off reading. I'm actually about halfway through. This is Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I am loving this book. I am absolutely loving it. I have really loved so far. I think everything I've read by Jennifer Hillier. And I'm surprised how much I've read just this was it maybe fall? I want to say I started reading hers in the fall. Could have been a little earlier, but I've read a handful now of Jennifer Hillier's, and I'm really liking her writing. She's the bomb. I mean, she's great. Anyway, I think she has a new one that came out. It's coming out. I don't even know if I have it on the library. Heart of Glass. I seen a little bleep on TikTok. She put a little bloop of what it's about on TikTok. TikTok. I call it TikTok because I'm just weird like that. Anyway, and I think I'm going to really like that one. This one is getting really good. This is about a lady who back in high school, her BFF went missing, and then years later, it's not a spoiler because it's in the little blurb. The best friend's bones were found, and this girl Georgina, used to date this guy back in high school. He was an older guy. She was 16 and he's like 21, and he turned out to be a bad guy, a serial killer guy. And when the bones were found of her best friend, that was not far from her house, her Geo's house, um, it comes to light that she knew about it and was associated. I forget what her technical term. She went to jail. She had to go to prison for 5 years, but she um, testified in court against this guy. His name's Calvin, and he ended up being the serial killer called the Sweet Bay Strangler. And so she spent her five. I'm at the point that she has spent her 5 years, and the cop that arrested her, um, also was one of her best friends in high school. He turned out to be a cop. Anyway, so it's going really well. I'm not going to say anything more about it. It's getting really good. I found out some twisty turns things that was like, yeah. Anyway, so Jar of Hearts going well. And so yeah, so that's my reading update. Oh, and after I finish this one, I have another Jennifer Hillier along with my big book summer challenge. I have 3 books that there's another you can watch that video. I want to start Creep. This is one of her earlier ones by Jennifer Hillier. And I think the first one it lists as what is it? Well, I don't know why I'm looking at that one. It doesn't have a list. I can't see. Creep. It looks like Creep was the first one. Creep, if this is right from this insert. Creep. Sounds sounds like a good title. And it's pink. I love a good pink color. That's a good pink color. And then there's Freak, the Butcher, which I read, and Wonderland, which I read. So I've read the Butcher, Wonderland. I'm reading Jar of Hearts. I feel like there was another one I read, and I can't think because you know how my brain doesn't work when I want it to. Anyway, we are here for a small book haul in our June TBR possibilities. So I would like to say with the June TBR, I like to do a little readathon, my own little thing I did for the past couple years is to commemorate D-Day, June 6th, 1944, landing of the Allies at the beaches of in France. Um, so I like to read about women women during that time of World War II and or about D-Day or just, some roundabout way World War II. So that's what I like to do in June. And so I have four four physical books. I have some Libby. Oh, I cleaned up around here, but still, I know how to destroy things by just picking something up. Let's get out of there. I have on the Libby app. The Libby app's through the library, so you can listen to audios or read ebooks. Sometimes there's a long wait. There's a long hold, but I have on hold. It's for July. There's one. It's an ebook. It is by Major General Marie K. Eder, Eder. The Girls Who Stepped Out of Line. Let me see if I can bring that up. Oh, it's a bad glare. Sorry. Phones and computers, not really. Anyway, there's that one. And it is about 15 unknown women heroes from the greatest generation, the women who served, fought, struggled, and made things happen during World War II, in and out of uniform. So anyway, so that one I was going to read it last year and I didn't get to it. So that is the ebook. And then I have, that's on hold. And then I have, stop it. I have a audio of one of the books I have for June. And I'm currently listening to The Women by Kristen Hanna. That's about Vietnam. It's going really well. I'm really enjoying it. I think this is my first Kristen Hanna. Um, I've read. I'm pretty sure I've heard good things about Kristen. I am like, where am I? 64%. Then I also have one of my big books, two of my big books on. And then the other World War II, Women During World War II is called Code Girls by Liza Mundy. This is audio. For June. Yeah, I'm trying not to get the glare. Anyway. And this is recruited by U.S. Army and Navy from small towns and elite colleges. More than 10,000 women served as code-breakers during World War II. While their brothers and boyfriends took up arms. They should have said, and husbands. Well, I don't know that. But anyway. These women moved to Washington and learned the meticulous work of code breaking. Their efforts shortened the war, saved countless lives, and gave them access to careers previously denied to them. Anyway, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. So that's the audio and the ebook through the Libby app. Let's not destroy things like I usually do. Okay, so that is I will do the book haul last because since we're already talking about June TBR. Okay. And my snack, my coffee. Dark magic today. Our weather's been a little bit bipolar. Normally I'm drinking iced coffee by now. This is my Hawaii mug my bestie Shelly in Hawaii sent me from the Starbucks. Yeah, it's been it got a little hot. And then it's got a little cold, a little maybe rain, some little sprinkles in the 70s, mid high 60s, low 70s. I don't know what's going on. I broke out my sweats. I got another blanket. I had to get a blanket out of the closet because I thought I was done with blankets, but apparently we're not. After this few days of cool weather, that the craziness is happening, possibly we might have our summer, which after, what was I thinking? It's on Sunday? Saturday? I think it's Saturday. It's supposed to be back up in the low 90s. I don't know. I don't know. I want to put my winter clothes away and just keep out the summer clothes and put the blankets away, but that hasn't happened yet. Moving on. Moving on. Oh shoots. Moving on. Moving around. Book call last. Bleep. Oh, don't don't dump your snacks, Amy. Oh no. Oh shoot, it didn't dump. It didn't dump. It just fell down. Okay. June TBR. That's why we're here. So, this is Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. It's a chunker. Actually, it could qualify for Big Book Summer Challenge, which is 400 pages plus during the summer. This is that. I've heard good things about this. I think it was supposed to be a major motion picture. I don't know yet. Anyway, yeah. So I'm listening to The Women by Kristen Hanna right now, and this is Nightingale. So The Women is Vietnam. This is during World War II in France. There's the Eiffel Tower. So yeah. So this is about, oh, and it's a chunker, like I said. It's big. It's as big as my head. It is 564 pages, this one. Yeah. Been wanting to get to it, and like I said, I have the audio through the Libby app, so it's on hold. I don't know if I'll get to the book before I get to the audio, because audio is a little ways out on hold in this. So I think this is about sisters. Let's see. It says, with courage, grace, and powerful insight, best-selling author Kristen Hanna captures blah blah blah. World War II illuminates yada yada. Okay. The Nightingale tells the stories of two sisters separated by years and experience, by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path toward survival, love, and freedom in German occupied war torn France. A heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. It's a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. But I've heard good things about it. So this is, it's kind of, for a big book, it's kind of floppy. Kind of, sort of. Where are we going to put that? Okay, see right there. And then the second one is In Harm's Way by Doug Stanton. I thought I got my dad this copy. My dad's a big World War II buff, specifically World War II in the Pacific, the battleships and different things like that. I'm not so much that, but this is called In Harm's Way, and it's about the USS Indianapolis. It's the sinking of the USS and the extraordinary story of its survivors. So, side note, if you ever watched Jaws, the movie Jaws, Quint, the fisherman that takes them out on the boat to catch Jaws, his character was a survivor of the US Indianapolis. And he tells a story in that little scene that they're in the boat at night. They're drunk and they're just waiting out to get Jaws. And he tells us his story, a little snippet of what happened to him in with the US Indianapolis. And it is a horrific story, and it is what he talks about is true, really happened. I mean, I don't know specifically the detail, but in this story, this talks about the survivors, their story. It's a it's pretty horrific because this is on July 30th, 1945. The USS Indianapolis was torpedoed in the South Pacific by a Japanese submarine. An estimated 300 men were killed upon impact. Close to 900 sailors were cast into the Pacific Ocean where they struggled to stay alive, battered by a savage sea and fighting off sharks, hypothermia, and dementia. By the time help arrived, nearly 4 days and nights later, all but 317 men had died. How did the Navy fail to realize that Indianapolis was missing? Well, why was a cruiser traveling unescorted in enemy waters, and how did these 317 men manage to survive? Interweaving the stories of three survivors, the captain, the ship's doctor, and a young marine journalist, Doug Stanton. And a young marine, not Doug Stanton wasn't the young marine. It just says doctor and a young marine. And it journalist Doug Stanton has brought the astonishing human drama to life in a narrative that is at once immediate and timeless. The definitive account of these harrowing chapters of World War II history, In Harm's Way, is a classic tale of novel survival and extraordinary courage. Yeah, it was hell out there because this ship, I think I heard, was on a secret mission. They were carrying a bomb, if I'm correct. And there's some pictures in here. Uh, yeah. Anyway, so if you watch Jaws and you listen to Quint tell his little story of he has a tattoo on his arm, and the other guy asks him, "Hey, you were on the Indianapolis," and then da 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 da. So anyway, little side note. And then after you read that, I'll watch Jaws again. I watch it every summer. I watch Jaws every summer. It's like a classic summer necessity. And this is Eric Larson. I love Eric Larson's writing. I have read several of his. This is The Splendid and the Vile. Okay. It's a little bit of a chunker too. It is, yep, 503 pages. This will suffice for a Big Book Summer Challenge also. It's a nice hard I got these at Goodwill, and this is a nice copy. It's like almost brand new. I don't think anybody's read it. Pages are pristine. It's kind of heavy. This is a saga of Churchill, family, and defiance during the Blitz. So this covers the Blitz in London during World War II. The Germans bombed a bombing campaign, killing 45,000 Britons. And yeah. So Winston Churchill's first day as prime minister On Winston Churchill's first day as prime minister. How about this? How would you like to be the first day of prime minister and this happens? Hitler invaded Holland and Belgium. Poland and Czechoslovakia had already fallen, and the Dunkirk evacuation was just 2 weeks away. For the next 12 months, Hitler would wage a relentless bombing campaign, killing 45,000 Britons. It was up to Churchill to hold the country together and persuade President Franklin Roosevelt, FDR, that Britain was worthy ally and willing to fight to the end. So they're trying to get America involved. We didn't want to get involved because that was over there, and we didn't want to be over there. We did the World War One, you know, had a lot of death, and we just thought this isn't us. We're gonna stay out of it. But then Pearl Harbor happened, and you know, we went. We were on the campaign of the Pacific, going after the Japanese, but we hadn't been to Europe, and yeah. Anywho, so in 1944, on June 6th, the Allies landed at the beaches of France, Normandy, Omaha, blah blah blah. So this is a 2020 book, and like I said, it's like 500 pages, and yeah. So this is nonfiction. So The Nightingale is fiction. This is nonfiction, and In Harm's Way is nonfiction. And then this last one is also nonfiction. So I got more nonfiction than I have fiction on my June TBR. But I could throw things in from because I have some. No, that's for July. It's not going to be ready. I have some holds at the library. I'm waiting for some new books. They're not out yet. They're due out in July. So that's not a part of this. Unless I find something at the library, which I usually do. So this is June 6th, 1944. I was going to read this last year and I didn't get to it. I started it, but it's The Voices of D-Day by Gerald Astor. And yeah, so this is specifically about June 6th, 1944. It's a definitive and redefining book on the 50th and this so at the time it was the 50th anniversary combined land sea air operation of World War II. American GIs, British Tommies, soldiers, sailors, paratroopers, rangers, and commandos who breached Fortress Europe tell what really happened as they braved the firestorm of Nazi shot and shell. The June 6, 1944 cross-channel assault mustered 120,000 Allied soldiers, a fleet of 5,000 vessels, and an aerial armada of 1,000 bombers for a precisely orchestrated devastating blow to the enemy. But the action failed to follow the script, as inadequate intelligence, human error, and nature conspired to nearly wreck in a few hours the elaborate plan that had been kept secret from Hitler for many months. Yeah. So this is just, it's a bunch of, the voices of D-Day. And there's pictures and things in here. You probably can't see that very well, so I don't even know why I showed it to you. But yeah. So another thing I like to watch during this time to commemorate, there is a couple of, Saving Private Ryan is probably my all-time favorite World War II film. It was Tom Hanks is in it. Steven Spielberg directed it. It's a fantastic film. It is one of the when I seen that, I felt like that was one of the most realistic war films I had ever seen. And yeah, so I like to watch Saving Private Ryan. Seen that a few times. Also there was a miniseries called a miniseries. It's a I don't know miniseries to me. I'm old school. Band of Brothers. Excellent, excellent. It's like on the same lines as, but it's not the same plot as Saving Private Ryan. But yeah, those two things they're a good watch. So anyway, that's my TBR for June, commemorating World War II, specifically June 6th, 1944, D-Day. We just had was it a few years ago? It was the 80th anniversary in 24. So 80, 81. So this would be 82 if I'm correct. If I can do math, which that's up in the air. I can't even think properly. But anyway, so now we're on to the small book haul, which is 4 books. And this book I I had on my May TBR. This is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm a hit or miss with Taylor. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really loved Carrie Soto is Back. But then I read Malibu Rising, which was kind of a miss. I like the idea of it being in Malibu and blah blah blah. So anyway, so in that one, I think our characters kind of walk over to the other stories in and out a little bit. But I heard that the father in the Malibu Rising was supposedly married to this character of Evelyn Hugo. So I'll find out. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, I heard this is a really good book. A lot of people have given really good reviews about it and really loved it. So I'm hoping I'll like it. But like I said, I'm a hit or miss with Taylor. That's a really green dress, isn't it? But this is about a reclusive Hollywood icon, Evelyn Hugo. Is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. That's all I'm saying. There you go. Hollywood. I don't know where I'm putting these. A Hollywood legend and was going to tell it all. Tell us. Spill the tea. Or coffee. Tea. Drink. I don't really drink. I'll drink a little tea. I'm not going to get into that. And this one is Harlan Coben's Missing You. I haven't read any Harlan Coben, but I thought I had a couple. Well, I have another book on this list. I thought I had another one. I don't know if yeah, I have another book I bought of Harlan's. I haven't got to it yet, but his sound really good. Plus, he's had his books made and adapted to movies on Netflix. So I don't know if I've seen one of those yet. They look really interesting. I do want to watch some of them, but and I haven't picked up this, so I thought, you know, get in at the Goodwill, I might as well pick up a few because I might get into a readathon with Harlan and me just reading, me not me and Harlan reading together. We're not co-reading, although he did write it. So anyway, I I'll shut up. Says this one, surfing an online dating site, NYPD detective Kate Donovan feels her whole world explode. Starting back Staring back at her is her ex-fiance, the man who shattered her heart and whom she hasn't seen in 18 years. But when Kat reaches out to the man in the profile, an unspeakable conspiracy comes to light. As Kat begins to investigate her feelings are challenged about everyone she's ever loved, even her father, whose cruel murder so long ago has never been fully explained. With lives on the line, including her own, Kat must venture deep into the darkness than she ever has before and discover if she has the strength to survive what she finds there. Missing You. It's like a beach scene too, you know. I love the beach, if you could tell. And I have other stuff beachy. Other beachy things. Just peachy. And then this is other Harlan Coben. When it says this is a Netflix drama, The Stranger. So I paid $2.99 for this. Um, there's that. And this is a dead man's secret leads to no, no, Amy, no, don't do this. A dead man's secret led a charismatic anti-hero down a dangerous road in this riveting thriller from the #1 New York Times bestseller the Myron author of the Myron Boltiar series. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read Harlan Coben yet. We'll find out. Windsor Horn Lockwood III, or Win, as his friends call him, is a man of immeasurable wealth, impeccable taste, and a personal approach to justice that often lands him on the wrong side of the law. But when the FBI hauls him to a murder scene in the Upper West Side penthouse, Wynn genuinely has no idea why until he sees two objects in the apartment: a stolen Vermeer painting and a suitcase bearing the initials WHL3, Windsor Horn Lockwood III. When Wynn doesn't know as how his family heirlooms came to be in the dead man's apartment. He knows only that they were stolen from Lockwood Manor over 20 years ago when his cousin Patricia was kidnapped. Although Patricia escaped her captors, they were never apprehended and stolen items were never seen again until now. I'm wondering if Patricia, she was kidnapped, but she was in on it. So the back in the day, side note, um, Patty Hearst. Anybody know that story? True story. Patty Hearst was the heir to the Hearst family fortune here in California. I think it was a newspaper publishing magnate. Um, she was kidnapped by these back in the 70s. Some I don't know the name of it right now, like armed resistance fighters, whatever. Um, and so they would like rob banks and different things like that. And so she ended up, I think, robbing some banks and doing some stuff. And she said it was like what's the syndrome? Stockholm syndrome, something like that. Anyway, so she got free, and I don't even know if she went to jail, but she had been kidnapped initially at the beginning. So I'm wondering if this Patricia had the same kind of story that she, gets kidnapped or she's in on it. I'm guessing. I have no idea. This is the only thing I know about the story is what I read on the back. Okay, I'm gonna guess Patricia was in on it when she was kidnapped. Hauling it. And then the last one I have is a James Patterson. I love my James Patterson. I collect the hardbacks, and I have a lot that I haven't read. I have read a lot of James Patterson, but he writes so much book, and he has co-writers with his books, so that's how he gets so many books written. But I am so behind on James Patterson. I am I am going to put it out there and say I am never going to catch up on my James Patterson reading, even if I laid everything else aside and just read James Patterson every day for the rest of my life. I think I would be behind. But this is Texas Ranger, and his co-author is Andrew Borrell, I want to say. And this sounded like a good one. Sometimes James Patterson can have some chunky books, and then other times it's just like a regular, 300 to 400 page book. And he has a lot of books, a lot. But I really like James is a fast read. I wouldn't say it's like very, you don't have to be a genius to read it. You don't have to think a lot about it. It's a fun read. It's a fun ride. I love the Alex Cross series. I love the Women's Murder Club series. That's how I came about finding James Patterson, was through the Alex Cross series. And then I came across the Women's Murder Club, and I just fell in love with James Patterson's writing. But this is 337 pages. It's not that bad. This is a quick read. But yeah. So this is about, oh, where's the blip? Um, Across the ranch lands and cities of his home state, Rory Yates' discipline and law enforcement skills have carried him far. From local highway patrolman to the honorable rank of Texas Ranger, a tough case in Waco has jeopardized Yates' chances of promotion, and he decides to take time off to recharge with his family and in their hometown, Redbud, of Redbud. He arrives and finds a horrifying crime scene and sorry, my glasses and the way this is written on is not doing any of us any good. And a scathing accusation. He is named a suspect in the murder of his ex-wife, Anne. Thank God it's not named Amy. A devoted teacher whose only controversial act ever was deciding to end her marriage to a ranger. At Anne's funeral, Yates moves the congregation to tears with a beloved hymn. Anne's ex-boyfriend, Calvin Richard, is there, and Yates has questions for him that no one else seems to be asking. The investigation is out of his jurisdiction, plus he is the chief suspect. But Yates' drive to learn what happened isn't about self-preservation. For him, for Anne, his hunt for justice transcends all boundaries. When the killer strikes again, I want to say Yeats, it's Yates' urgent search bursts across the state borders into the national scene. He risks his badge, his pride, his reputation among everyone he loves, and even the trust of the woman he's recently begun seeing to pursue the only thing that matters. Yates follows the Ranger creed, never to surrender, into the inferno of the most twisted and violent minds he's ever encountered. That code just might bring him out alive. That was a mouthful. Anyway, Texas Ranger. So that is the small book haul. We're done. June TBR, commemorating World War II, D-Day, and 4 books I got at the Goodwill, aka Charity Shop, if you don't know what Goodwill is. Anyway, so that's the video. It's a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm a bit chatty, had some coffee, and there we go. So have a good rest of your week. Hope it's nice where you are. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's just a little too chill for me. And we'll see you back here. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, a few days. I still have to do my book reviews for April because I wait. I wait to do book reviews. I don't know. I'm keeping you guys in the anticipation zone there. But thanks for coming by, and we'll see you here